All right, fellas, lasses, and lads. Last session we didn't do anything. We just we just fought each other. B killed Voros. There's now a talking seagull that is going to be a recurring character, unfortunately. We had a bunch of people talk to other things. There was a whole lot of like little monsters and big monster ladies and sad backstories, and Jet was in a bra. That was like the highlight of that for me. Oh, fan went off again. Oh, thank God. The pebble caught. And then, oh, damn it. And I think that's it. Well, that's not true. I mean, there was other stuff. We talked for 3 hours, so there was a lot of stuff that happened narratively, but I can't remember all of it. Was there anything particularly important? We met Voros's little man, which was not good. It was fun. I had a blast actually doing that. Oh, and Gibraltar. Oh man, yep. And Gibraltar, Myrana, and the little man that lives in Voros's mind.
Ursine, the tusk-tooth guy. That was fun.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Please don't remind him. Please don't.
Oh yeah. I forgot about him too. Oh, I didn't forget. How can I possibly forget? It was just kind of, there was so much stuff. And then Aqualogia. We met Aqualogia, Venli's brother.
Soleil offered Hatanabe to go home.
Yeah. Hatanabe did not want to do that. She wants to be a pirate lord. And I think that's pretty much like, and we have the demon robot anime monstrosity that lives in Jax's Iron Defender. And I can't possibly imagine there's anything else. I certainly hope there isn't. So, you guys all went to sleep. Most of you had some sort of trauma during the night, or you woke up to the people who killed your parents wishing you a good morning, both of which isn't ideal. And it is now the morning. Jax, I'm gonna go to Jax. Jax, you wake up the next day. I just want to ask, like, how was Jax? Pebble caught.
He's rattled. It was probably better that Soleil was there. If he was by himself, I feel like he'd be thinking about it too much, but I think he's doing okay, but he's definitely like a little rattled.
Soleil, how is Soleil doing?
I mean, Soleil was already fucked, like, because everything that's happened in a 24 hours period, and then now she's just like, you know, she made the blanket for Jax, and I think after hearing Gibraltar, because she thought he was like okay, because the vision like he showed her was actually not that bad, and like he seems kind of nice, and I think she's like, oh my God, Jax is in trouble. So I think she's very concerned about Jax.
Well, you wake up the next day, an invisible puck. You can feel him kind of nestled on your face, probably. Depends on how you're sleeping. If you're sitting up against the wall, he's on your head. If you're laying down, he's on your face. And you wake up in the same room as Jax. Now, Valen, Venli, and Voros, you guys all wake up. Or I guess not, because Venli, you got thrown out of the... I don't know what Venli's doing, so I'll actually come back to that. And Valen, you woke up super early to Ursal. So I'll round back, because actually that's not as clear-cut as I thought it was going to be. So Jax and Soleil, you guys wake up. You slept in the same room. There's a little sleeping puck on your face. Do you guys talk about Gibraltar at all? Or you just like, get about your day? I'm not going to worry about that. I got shit I got to do.
Soleil knows all the stuff about Gibraltar, right?
I would say the only thing I'd like to add, which I guess maybe you guys as players, I think maybe you probably are aware of this. I want to make sure you're aware of it. This obviously the implications of that is that Gibraltar's like here, right? He's like effectively stalking you.
Just
to make sure we are all aware of that.
If Soleil didn't know, I feel like Jax kind of felt that was the case, but
I don't think Soleil would like actively engage if you didn't want to talk about it, because she doesn't want to like re-traumatize you to what happened last night. So if you don't want to engage, I think she'd let it go.
I think the only thing Jax would say is just if you see him, just ignore him. He's not going to do anything directly to us. He just wants to.
What do you mean he's not going to do anything directly to us? I will punch him straight in the face. What do you mean? He just like threatened you last night. What? No. If I see him again, I will tell him he can go shove off. That was terrible.
Well, no, that's all right. I'm not saying that, but
okay,
trying to fight him and trying to kill him, he's just gonna go back to hell anyway, and he's not gonna truly die. And our deal that we have is still gonna stand. And if any of us ended up dying because of it, he's trying to get in our heads. He's trying to get under our skin, and yeah, we can't let him get to us.
I know, but like, I'm gonna die anyway. Who cares, man? If I punch him, whatever. He deserves it. I'm just saying.
That's true. When the time is right, though, I think we should fight him. And who was the person you met in the Feywild? I think eventually we should fight her as well.
The ancient fairy dragon, you mean?
Oh, I probably shouldn't have said that, but yeah.
I don't even want to talk about her because I'm pretty sure she's gonna kill. I mean, she's gonna kill me any day. I don't know. I think it's fine.
In regards to that, is Puck still here?
Yeah, Puck. I'm kind of mad at him still, though.
Hi, I'm Puck. Oh, good morning.
Yeah, hi, Puck.
Okay, you can poof out of here now, can't you?
I can. Do you want me to?
Puck, I want to ask you one question before you leave, and then I think I'd be okay if you left. But
okay.
I met your mom.
Oh, you met my mom.
Yeah, she didn't like me so much.
Yeah, she can be like that, but she's really nice.
No, I don't think so. Listen, Puck, man, she stuck like a purple crystal or pink crystal in my back or something, and she was like, "Oh, you might slowly die." Like, do you know anything about? Like, she wanted me to kill a knight. Do you know anything about this? Like, his name might be, or
she wants you to kill Night, like the time of day.
No, like a knight, like Dehana. Hold on, I wrote it down. Dehana.
Dullahan.
Dullahan. A Dullahan. That's the one.
Oh, yeah. I know what a Dullahan is, but that's not good.
What do you mean that's not good? He's just like a knight, right? Like he's got a sword, or.
I mean, kind of. They're like magical experiments of the Hag Mother. They've been like repurposed to be magical creatures of the Feywild. I don't know. They're not just a knight, that's for sure.
Oh.
So I heard that they're headless horsemen. Are they able to like use magic or attack at range at all?
Most of them, as far as I understand. Yeah, they have pretty strong magic. I mean, they have some magical properties, at least.
Seems like
that's what the stories say.
Wait, but do you know one that like your mother would particularly be angry at, like a name, like, oh, I don't know, Jean-Francois, Reet, Inevitable, Sharon, Hecarim. Like, do any of those sound familiar to you?
Yeah.
Do you know any of them? Do you know all of them?
Oh, I know a couple of those guys. But all of them are kind of like, jerks. So she probably would want you to kill any of them. I don't know if there's one in particular that she has. I haven't seen my mom in like 112 years.
Yeah, why don't you see your mom? Does she not like you or something?
Well, she's not allowed to leave her house.
Yeah, but like, why don't you visit her?
I'm not allowed in.
Yeah, why aren't you allowed in?
I don't know.
I would roll an insight check, but I know he's full of shit, so I just... So you just haven't seen her in a long time. You have no idea why she won't let you in.
All of us, none of us can go inside of her house. I'm surprised you were able to go inside of her house. That's really special.
Was it really special? Because...
Yeah, you're lucky. I wish I could see my mom.
Yeah, I mean, she kind of... I think she's going to kill me, Puck. Do you understand what that means?
She's not going to kill you. She just put the snapdragon seed that she put inside of you will kill you, not her.
What is a snapdragon seed?
It's like a vegetable dragon that grows inside of you and then snaps.
Is there like a time limit on that?
I don't know. I think it depends on how vigorous the snapdragon is.
Okay. Is there a way you could like check?
You might not like it.
I mean, I'm kind of worried. If you can check and see, like, do I have a day? Do I have a year? You know, that would be kind of helpful.
Yeah, I can check. Just, you might want to close your eyes or something.
Yeah, I'll just shut my eyes and put my hand over him, like, just whatever. Just...
Now well, unless you guys have to leave at 12 or at 11:30, I'll go a little bit over probably to compensate for the fact that I was late. But you close your eyes, put your hands over your mouth. Jax, you see Puck. He like shakes his little butterfly wings, and some pink purple dust kind of falls over him, and he goes down to a smaller size, and then he says, "Open up!"
Ah, shit.
Like my mouth?
Don't.
I'll open my mouth. I'm just gonna cover my eyes and open my mouth. I'm just gonna...
You feel the little tiny hands go on your tongue, and then like weasel their way down. And then inside your head, he says, "Try not to swallow, please." And then you feel him kind of go down your throat, and you get kind of stuck, and you feel him kind of wiggle like a fish until eventually he drops, and you don't feel him anymore.
Okay.
And you and Jax are awkwardly standing in the room.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not moving because I'm terrified. Like, I don't know. I'm like, oh God, there's a tiny fairy dragon inside of me.
After about probably 10 minutes or so, Puff poofs back into the room.
Well,
I checked it, and it's still just a little seed, and it's just sitting in there in your back tissue. Kind of jammed in there. It's wedged next to your colon.
okay. Okay.
Is there any magic
Wait, okay.
like associated? Is there any like magic associated with it that like Jax could see, just to see if you take it out, she dies or something like that sort of thing?
You can do a Arcana check to see if you can possibly identify like magic radiating off of her.
Okay. So I got a 23, and I'm going to give myself guidance. Got a 25.
There's like a very light little bit of magic coming out of the space. It's like in her back, kind of on the right side, a little low. You can see a little bit of like pink purple, kind of like this, just like a little bit of like glitter dust, kind of like emanating from her skin, like just a little tiny bit of like magical radiations kind of pouring out, just the smallest little bit. Now, whether or not you'd be able to like, you'd have to actually like look at it. to see if like there'd be some sort of negative thing for trying to like cut her open and just take it.
Well, yeah, would I be able to tell if this is something that like Seven Smiling Stars would be able to like kind of get rid of if it was like something like Captain Jet's? Because I remember I recognized what his was.
I would say that no, you wouldn't be able to tell if this is something that would be able to be like magically. He used just effectively like a dispel magic ritual. This probably isn't a spell, so
Okay.
you couldn't just dispel magic and it be gone.
Got it.
Puck says.
So Puck.
So it's it looks okay. It doesn't look like it's grown. It pulsates every once in a while, and it's in there pretty good. But he looks like he's probably just taking a little nappy nap in there. So
Are there ways to slow its growth?
Or pull it out.
Shouldn't pull it out. That's only gonna make it angry. And it's wedged in there pretty good, and the roots have already kind of taken a little bit of. If you pull it out, it's gonna like tear out most of the stuff in you. So I wouldn't do that. The only way to probably get it out is to have my mom just kill it,
Okay.
and then it'll just kind of dry up in there and go away. You probably have like I don't know. Months to years. Kind of a wide window.
Okay. I can deal with that. All right.
It's not days.
Okay, thank you, Puck. I appreciate I always Huh?
It's not days. Just
You're not phased?
give-
Oh.
yeah, so you have
Okay.
some time. You have time.
All right.
And
Okay.
you're able to poof everywhere. You're not able to poof this thing out, right?
If I poofed it out, it would definitely probably like I said, the roots are pretty quick.
Well, you
grow.
wouldn't rip it out. And I mean, like you can leave the roots in. You just gotta.
You ever stab
take a-
somebody and then like leave the knife in there so they don't die?
I mean, me personally, no. Have you?
Oh, what? No. But you stab somebody and then you're supposed to leave the knife in, or else they'll bleed out when you pull it out, and it's kind of like that.
Okay.
She'd probably have like some type of aortic trauma if you were to remove the seed right now.
I got it. I mean, I got no more questions really, other than, I mean, can you limit the growth on this, or I mean, is this just kind
It really likes magic, so the more you cast spells, the more it'll wake up, and it really likes red meat. So if you're a vegetarian,
Okay, got it.
Wait,
does that
so is
include
it
other
good
people's
to like
magic?
make it happy, or if I make it happy, it's gonna grow bigger?
no, I mean if you make it, it likes it as in so much as like it wakes up and it goes, this is tasty, and it will grow more.
Wait, so the more I do magic, the more it's going to grow?
Yeah, it loves magical energy.
That's all I do.
Wow. Oh.
Oh.
Oh my god! I hadn't even thought of that when I said it.
Hmm.
Oh man, that is really tough.
If it like, so is it all of our magic, or is it just like if it comes from Soleil? How does it work?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't climb inside of her and then cast a spell. But if you do it outside of her body, it's probably fine.
I only say that because, like, if we were able to create something that she could, like, maybe channel magic into, do you think that would help?
If she is, conjuring up spells and magical effects and stuff, and then putting them into some sort of apparatus to then be expelled at a different time, she's still generating magic that's coming from her
True.
body. So, the Snapdragon would probably still be pretty happy about that. I did name him though.
So, what did
Soleil, do you have any
name him?
questions? Oh, you should just leave.
I named him.
No, the only thing I just
Fine,
wait, what
I
did
can
you
tell
name
you.
him?
No, it's fine.
No, what did you name him?
Mm-mm.
All right, listen, Puck. You realize I'm going to die, right? Like, do you care at all about me?
You're not gonna die.
You
If you were
seem
gonna
very
die,
sure.
the Kraken would have done it. Yeah,
I
you're
killed
good.
that Kraken. Didn't you see that?
Yeah, see, this is the type of energy you need to have
Oh
in this
my
type of
God.
situation.
All right, thank you, Puck. You've been so helpful.
You're welcome.
Bye, Puck.
What do you mean?
Are you going
We
to
want you
go
to poof
or
out
like?
of here.
Yeah, I think I'm a little upset.
I poofed out of your large intestine, and then
So
I
are you
poofed
staying
back
here today?
Yeah, I don't have any. I can't poof anymore. I poofed outside of your large intestine to go back to the Feywild, and then I poofed back here to tell you about Tim.
Puck, if you don't leave right now, I'm gonna shoot you, bro. Just turn invisible and get out of here.
That is very hurtful.
I'm sorry, Puck, but I listen. I apologize for Jax, but like,
I didn't
hope-
plant the seed in you.
I
That was my
know,
mom.
but you also left me in the Feywild to meet your mom, and then I've got that put in me.
I did
and
not. You told me you wanted me to poof.
Oh, Puck. Listen, I want to love you, Puck. Okay, I really do. But
Take some
you're making it-
responsibility. That's what you said. You said you wanted me to poof, so I did. I'm going up on the deck.
All right, bye, Puck. I think Soleil is literally just like pounding her bunny feet. Like she's so angry. She's just like pounding her feet.
Honestly, I don't know if he's better than Gibraltar. I'll be honest.
Listen, I mean, I don't know. Is it like ignorance or like active aggression? I don't know. But, you know.
I just can't deal with him. At least with Gibraltar, I can kind of annoy him, and I mean not annoy him.
Gibraltar
ignore him.
wants to like really do some aggressively terrible things to you.
I
don't
just
know what
gotta
you're
win.
talking about.
I just gotta win my side of the bargain. Like, I will say, death was not good for me, and honestly, what he's saying is probably not too worse than what I already had. So, I just hope I win this wager. To be honest with you, at least with
Yeah.
Gibraltar, he's not like affecting me too much here and now. Like, I would be going insane if I was having to deal with Puck all day.
Yeah, but didn't he say he wanted to like do some terrible things to you?
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
actively do terrible things to you in the real
I mean,
world.
that's true. I mean, you know what they say, like with the
Yeah.
saying, like words, like they only bruise you down and like kind of beat down your spirit, but they don't break your bones. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, but he
I'm
could come
fine.
back anytime and just be like, "Oh, Jax, just like, what's up, buddy? You're not worried about this?"
We know the Pirate King was able to beat him, and he's also not as strong in this world. So, I trust that I have you guys if it ever came down to it. But I'm
Alright,
really just
listen.
worried about like in hell. Like if I have to fight him in hell, I just don't know what I'm gonna do at that point. But
Can we make a deal? Can you at least make sure you sleep? I don't care if it's with me, but can you sleep with someone at night in case he comes to you at night? Somebody can help protect you. Like, because if he comes to you at night and I don't know, you should not be alone. You should be with someone because he is incredibly dangerous and he is not nice.
yeah, I'll start doing that. And honestly,
Okay.
I've
Just
been doing
be
this by
responsible.
I've been doing this by myself, but from now on, can we take opposite shifts, like on watch duty, and can you watch over the Iron Defender?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea because I don't trust this. I don't trust any of these situations. So yes, we'll do that. We'll take shifts.
Okay, because I'll be honest, I have a bunch of spells and stuff on my Iron Defender protecting the Soul Stone, but it would just be better to have a set of eyes looking over it just in case something goes on.
Okay, yeah, you got it. That's what we'll do. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Phelan, you wake up to Ursal. He says all the stuff he said. You're still kind of coiled up in Voros, and Venli is missing when you wake up. I think that for the party, right? Venli's probably like doing some. I have no idea what Venli's doing. I'd like to know a little bit of that.
Probably like out on the deck, maybe. It's right now.
How's Venley?
I think she feels better about her patron now. I like that she kind of knows what she wants. And like she just does not vibe with the hag mother. Yeah, I think she would stay out on the deck for a while and then probably eventually make her way back to like wake up Valen or not wake him up because he's already awake because, you know, a fun morning wake up call from your parents' killer.
So you could go wake up Valen. You'd find him cuddled up with Voros because you got up earlier than everybody else. So at some point you'd be able to probably retrieve Valen. I think that as a party, so I know there's we have a split. I know that Jax wants to stay on the ship, and then I know that Valen wants to leave, and then I don't really know about everybody else. I know that Soleil wants to leave, but I feel like her goal also doesn't necessarily align with everyone else's. And then I have no fucking idea what Voros wants to do. And then I do know what Venley and Arlo want to do. I think that the goal for them is probably to get to Minstrel quicker rather than later. Do you feel like that's true, Venley and Arlo?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, Venley is not coping with her emotions very well right now, so I think there's a part of her that is okay to delay that. Especially after sending the message to her dad and being like, where would I go?
Oh yeah, I forgot you had messaged your dad.
Yeah. So she's just like, gosh, what am I even gonna do when I get there?
So I think that the party probably needs to get together today and make some decisions. As a unit, and then like Jet and everything like that can be, you know, that's separate from what you guys as a unit want to do with your next move. But that's what I want to know. What are you guys? What is your next step immediately? Are you going to stay? Maybe you can reach a compromise. You'll stay in the ship for like a week instead of a month, and then you'll head out. Maybe you'll, I don't know. But regardless of that, I think that we need to figure that out and then figure out what the next thing is that we're going to do and then do it. And then let's do it. Let's go kill some people or something.
I thought some of what we had talked about was, I think Valen sent a message to like a Navy buddy about coming to help. And then Soleil had maybe talked about like summoning some water elementals to stay and help in some way.
Yeah, I was going to summon. Yeah, sorry, I was going to summon elementals and animals to try to help get food, collect people, like support them as we go.
Yeah, I think that. Go ahead.
I was going to say, quick question: if I ask Magnus, and obviously they're more focused on like saving people right now, but if I had like a small group of people, kind of like somewhat furnish the place, just so that we had like cannons and maybe like, maybe my lab can be like have a little bit of tools. Is that possible in like a couple days, or is that not possible?
I think that Magnus would want to help you, but he already offered that if you stay and help, that he'll furnish after, and he would probably be of the mindset that there's people's lives at stake, and that he's not gonna let a child slowly drown in the rubble of their house just so you can get a couple cannons on your boat.
If we do all the elementals and everything, we focus on like saving people first. Do you think we'd have like a day at the very like end of it to like maybe focus on that? Because like I would also tell them that we're sending more help from the Navy, and that they're coming now too. They'll be sent.
I think that once like the rescue, once he's confident that they've done like all that they can to have searched for and saved as many people as possible, that he could put some manpower into doing what he said he would do, but he just wouldn't feel comfortable
That makes sense.
making
No,
a
that makes
time
sense.
to guaranteeing that it would be he wouldn't feel comfortable
No, yeah, I
dedicating
get
himself to a specific time frame.
I got you. I'd probably just read the book with sevens for the amount of time I have left.
So if you stay with 7, I did say that you can get a +1 if you stay if you do a time jump, if we do a little time skip-a-rooney and you guys stay and help out, and you can get a +1 to something relevant to what you do. I actually said you could get up to 2 +1s to something relevant, like a skill check, maybe something a little bit more abstract. It could be like tools. It could be, we can kind of, that would be a little fun, little kind of a mini game. You can get a +1 for the voyage that we're about to go on as well, but you only get 1. If you stay and help out, you get 2. If you go, you get 1. And the one you get from the voyage is probably a little bit less abstract because there's only so much you can do when you're on a boat sitting there voyaging.
All right. So I think we should just compromise, stay, do the time skip, get as much help as we can, furnish the boat, and then go. Instead of going right now, there is a little bit of a rush, but I don't think a lot is going to change.
The only thing I'll say is Soleil heard months to years. Like missing a month of time could be really detrimental. So
no,
also,
I would say a week. Yeah, not a whole month.
Yeah. I think that's
also
good. Yeah.
quick question out of character. Like obviously I'd have to spend time looking at the thing with Soleil. But if I use like a spell like Lesser Restoration like every night or something, would I be able to slow it down at all, or would that not work?
You could try, but I would say that there is a risk of if you're casting lesser restoration on it,
it might wake up. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I say for a week we help out, do as much as we can, time skip, get the boat furnished, and then bounce. No more RP.
Just 10 more hours, Tom.
No,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
A few more sessions. Just some important stuff we got to wrap up here.
Fuck that cove.
We will get there next year.
We're never getting to that cove. You're staying a bard, bro.
No, we have a whole. You didn't realize this, but the whole campaign actually takes place in the next 3 days on this ship, and it's going to take us 3 years.
Longest 3 days ever.
And nothing happened. There's no combat either. The end of this, it's very wholesome, actually. It's kind of like a slice of life thing I'm going for.
Combat is just everyone beating up Voros.
Occasionally. Yeah, Voros becomes a gag character after the second day.
Yeah.
Which is 2.5 years away. So why don't we take I'm going to take 5 minutes. We're going to do this. We're going to all agree to do the full time skip of a month. If not, we got to figure out, or are we going to agree we'll do a week?
We'll do a week. I think we're going to do either a week or 2 weeks, but not a full month because it's so late.
Peyton, can we get a +1 for like half of it and then a +1 for the journey?
No.
Fuck. Okay.
Can we just get 4 plus
We're
1?
just gonna get a +1.
Yeah, you can get a +1.
That's all we're gonna get. That's either
That's fine.
staying and helping or on the voyage.
Yeah. Oh well, you stay and help. You can't get a plus. If you stay and help for the full month, you can get 2 +1s. But
that's probably not gonna happen.
yeah. But if you stay and help for half the time, you get +1. If you leave, you get a +1. If you stay and help for the full time, you get 2 +1s.
Yeah.
Which is not a reason in character to make a decision either. But I understand wanting to be like, I'll metagame a little bit. So let's take 5 minutes, so we're all going to agree then. 2 weeks. Jet would probably try to do some shenanigans, but ultimately he would agree with you. Like I feel like you'd have in our mind's eye, we've done a lot of role play. So I'm okay with role play, but let's just pretend for a moment. Jet wakes up, he's drunk, you guys have a conversation with him, like, we're gonna stay here for 2 weeks, and he's like, oh no, but we have to leave now, and you're like, no, but Jet, it was your idea, like we should stay for 2 weeks, and he's like, oh, you're right, I remember saying that. I'm gonna go
plus
back to
11
bed.
persuasion, so
And it would be like that, like it wouldn't be that hard to convince him. So I think that the rest of the crew, Pepper, B, Bob, like they'll do Violetta, like they'll all do whatever you guys kind of want to do without too much argument. So I'm not gonna, just for the sake of brevity, because we have role played for 18 hours, I will say that let's just pretend that happened. I'm not I do like to role play.
Yeah.
I like to role play a lot, but at a certain point, I think it's okay to do a little skippage. And then I've already gone over with Jax. He reads a book with Sev. That's going to take if you stay here for 2 weeks, that'll be enough time to get all the information if you're willing to spend probably about half of that time, like almost exclusively with Sev.
I also don't want to do the role playing with Hop, Sprock. Can I get the messenger thing in 2 weeks? Because we didn't talk about 2 weeks originally.
No, the messenger with the sending thing.
Yeah,
you can get like the baseline, like whatever, like the lowest version of that would be. You can have that. So like, he wouldn't be able to put a whole bunch of fancy bells and whistles on it, but he can make it so that you can send a message and receive a message.
that's perfect. And if I can get some stuff furnished in my artificer thing, would I be able to work on it more if I wanted to and upgrade it?
I mean, I think that I think Magnus would tell you that if you wanted to grab a few things and put some of your crew on grabbing a few things to get your ship like okay, then fine. I don't think that he would offer manpower to do it.
And one thing I talked to Soleil with is probably like helping with the ship more and like not casting all of like the magic, just because like magic is probably not the best thing to be doing, unless obviously like we need to use it or whatever. I don't know how she feels about that, but
yeah, I feel like she'd still do the elemental stuff she was planning just to support the people in the feed the people and get as many people out of the water as she could.
He wouldn't argue. Yeah, he wouldn't argue with it. That makes sense.
So let's take 5 minutes. I want each one of you guys to think of what you're going to do in those 2 weeks and how you're going to use that to justify a +1 to something that you like. And then we'll just, as quickly as possible, present those things, and then we'll go on the voyage, I'm presuming, to the Cove for now. To meet the Beast Bloods. And then that shit will happen. And then we'll do other shit. But for now, just consider, if you're going to do, maybe it's like, I don't know. And like I said, I can give you some more abstract bonuses. If you think like, oh, well, could I, from now on, when I summon a water elemental, it lasts for this much more time than normal. Maybe like there can be some, it doesn't have to necessarily be a +1, but if you take a more abstract bonus, it just needs to be justified by the description of how you help in the next 2 weeks. Does that make sense? All right, cool. I'm going to just walk away for a minute, and then I'll come back at 9:48, and hopefully that's enough time for you guys to kind of try to wrap your heads around that. Oh, and my Pebble worked. Laptop is so quiet and hot.
Yeah, I bet it is.
What?
I said, yeah, I bet it is.
No, it's actually not hot, but I'm also not running Tailspire yet, so we'll see what happens.
guys got any ideas on the +1? Because I have no idea what to pick.
Fuck no.
Persuasion. I'm gonna talk to the fishies.
Yeah.
I don't know. Can't think
Do
of
you
anything
all
else.
feel okay being eaten?
What?
Like,
What?
we need
All
food,
the
guys.
fishies.
We need food, guys.
No, they're gonna help save people. I'm gonna find
How's Flounder gonna help?
creatures. They're not all gonna be flounder. Let Lily be the Disney princess she wants to be.
Hard to do when your brother's a Kraken.
No, I think that makes it cooler. I don't know. What does everybody else gonna do?
I think
feel
I'm
like-
gonna.
Oh, go ahead.
Joy.
No, you go.
I was gonna say I was gonna play cards with B and Bob pretty much every night to get like a +1 on insight.
Ooh, I like that.
That way I could like read people a little bit better. I think that'd be a cool thing, and that's something I talked about to Peyton about because I know Goblin. And the only reason I picked it is because of B and Bob. So yeah, that's my idea.
Cool. That's cool.
What about you, Nikki?
I like the. I don't know if Peyton's going to let me do it because he was like, "You can never do this again." But I think I should be able to call 2 elementals when I want to. You know, I feel like I should. You know, that feels fair.
Yeah.
So I'm
Or
going to
you could
ask
do-
him.
Or you could be a CR3 and they can be a Free Willy, earlier.
So the moment you mentioned Orca, I immediately was like, "Oh my god, you guys could be standing on the ship, and I could just like Free Willy over the ship."
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yep. I'm like, there goes Soleil. She's doing it
yeah.
again.
But the athletics check doesn't land on the boat.
No. My athletics is 0 plus 0.
Performance.
Yeah, it's not good.
Performance.
Yeah.
It's not good. Yeah, +1. Yeah, so not good.
Arlo, I feel like is gonna just make stuff.
Mhm.
Do team morale. Make some
Yeah.
beer.
Yeah, what does that improve? Like, try and improve like medicine?
Oh.
Well, I think honestly, you should like ask Peyton if you could like, since you like perfected your brew, like you get like we get like a +1 to hit or something, or we get extra temporary hit points or something like that.
Or I think
So
he's
like,
he still has to level up the artifact itself. So I don't know if it's gonna do something like that
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
in the future
Okay.
as well.
Yeah, you're right.
'Cause right now, Vinley's the only one that has like level 2, right?
Yeah, she's the only one that with the +2.
Yeah, I think I should have gotten it sooner because I was doing my math wrong. I
Oh,
realized when I got
Pretty
to
sure
level
there was
2.
like at least one session where you're like, yeah, I'm gonna cut myself like 3 times to do this
I was-
conch thing, and I was like, damn.
I over the course of the longest day ever in game, I did it like I think at least 3 times. And I forgot I was a warlock for some reason, and that I could just take a short rest and get spells back.
Yeah. Voros, any ideas?
Fuck no, dude. How is this guy gonna help a bunch of people? He just wants to kill things.
Maybe athletics could go
Threaten
up.
to kill bad people who are threatening.
I mean, yeah, I could always use like a +1 in athletics, but like my athletics is a 7. It's pretty decent.
Yeah, or maybe a saving throw.
No,
That's
'cause
hard.
I'm a paladin.
Oh, okay.
My saving throws are shattered.
Mm.
I think my lowest is a +8.
Damn.
What?
I
Mm-hmm.
need that for my wisdom.
Wow.
Strength 10, Dex 11, Con 10, Wisdom 11, Charisma
5 minutes
14.
is hella fast. Do you guys feel like that was enough time?
No.
Yeah.
5
Maybe
minutes.
just go last.
5 minutes is hella fast. I can give you
Mhm.
5 more minutes if you want, because that was like no time.
Does it have to be a skill, or could it be like tools and stuff like that as well?
It can be
or-
like it can be if you get like a +1 to tools.
Okay.
You could get, and then you could do something a little bit more abstract, but it has to be like, you have to try to, if you're gonna do something more abstract, like, I don't know, let me think of something.
I have an idea, but I don't know if it's gonna work.
Well, if you have an idea and it's a little bit more abstract, just hit me with it, and then if I think it's a little too strong, we can either dial it down in post, or I'll dial it down right now.
And so my idea is Zelda Wind Waker this and just use the boat as like a scavenging utensil somehow and have a crane game going.
Okay.
Like get people to build a crane to like go down into the ocean, grab shit and pull it back up.
That's fun. I bet B and Bob would want to build a crane with you.
Me and Bob are going to do a lot of things.
Maybe you can make shift as a trebuchet as well.
So is the abstract bonus that you get like an improvised weapon on the boat? Is that abstract bonus?
No,
Or do
I
you
was
look-
just bigger vehicle, water.
So you want to be able to, like, it would be like you practicing being able to be proficient.
Yeah, like steer
boat.
boats better, even if they are like offloaded cargoes.
Okay. Yeah, I would allow that. That doesn't sound too. That's pretty situational. I'm okay with that.
Well, could help in storms too.
All right. Anybody else have one already ready?
I was going to say Valen plays poker with me and Bob every night for the next 2 weeks, and he gets a +1 to insight.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good one.
I was thinking Vinley could cast, Rachel cast, speak with animals, and then she also, because of the subclass, if a creature can, where is it? Where is it in here? Whenever fully submerged, any creature that is also fully submerged can understand your speech and you can understand theirs. So in theory, too, any other creatures to swim around the ocean and try to persuade some creatures to help out with, especially like maybe finding stuff, or if there's anybody that like needs some rescuing, or even just I don't know how all the creatures could help, but like just try and be like, hey, help us out, guys.
Give me an animal handling check real quick.
Okay. Oh, okay, that's not bad. Which one is animal handling? Oh no, animal handling's wisdom, so it's a -1. I got a 12.
That's not bad. It's not a bad roll. Yeah, so you're able to like go around and convince a number of like aquatic creatures of various sizes, primarily just like schools of fish and stuff, to help in the search, and they do. You get like a school of fish will like kind of like swim around areas where people are like maybe either like there's like a submerged body, or somebody is like in a house that is partially submerged, or they're like they'll congregate and stuff to help identify where people have been lost or are still alive but not found. What bonus do you want to get from that?
Persuasion?
Yeah, it's okay.
Cool. Thank you.
All right, Soleil.
Okay, so
The way you started that was really. What do you want from me? Go ahead.
So, I think, like, it really though, I feel like she would have literally over the 2 weeks, all she would be doing would be calling, summon elemental and conjure animals. So anything that she could conjure to help bring food back to the ship, help bring people back, like really whatever she could do, if it was food oriented, bringing getting like scraps of wood from the bottom of the ocean, like to help build the ship, whatever. So could I summon 2 elementals sometimes?
Sometimes.
Or I have another one, if that's like,
Let me think about this.
absolutely not. The
That's
other
very
one,
strong, right?
yeah, so I was thinking the other thing, maybe I could, if I'm like conjuring animals, maybe I could do, I can't remember what CR I'm at right now, but maybe, or I was looking at it, I think like CR2 I could do 1 creature, maybe CR2 I could do 2 creatures, like 2 octopus instead of 1 or something like that.
The CR calculation is I think half your level.
Okay.
Down. Let me check that real quick.
Yeah, I was looking, but
Check.
She's CR2, I believe. She goes CR3 at level 9.
okay.
I will allow I don't see too much harm in allowing you to cast summon animals, or is that the spell you're casting? Summon animals.
Yes.
At a CR 1 higher than you normally be able to do it.
Okay.
That is very strong, and it's better than a +1. But I don't think it'll break the game.
I also don't do it very often, and casting magic now is detrimental to my health. So.
Yeah, I don't think that will be I mean, it might make a difference, but I don't think it's going to be like, I don't think I would even notice it.
I will forget about it in literally 30 seconds. So
write it down for sure, because that is pretty good.
Okay.
All right, Arlo, do you have an idea?
I have a kind of idea.
Okay.
So I was thinking Arlo could go back and practice like the basics of brewing and stuff like that for the 2 weeks, and either do maybe a +1 to whatever I brew for whatever I brew in my next batch, or do a like whenever I brew the first batch that I brew in that batch, maybe be like doubled or something like that.
So are you saying that like if you were to make like if you were to brew like some type of like that you have that one brew that increases the stat by 1?
Yeah.
Are you saying that like the first one you make each day would do like a +2?
Well, that I can only do once a day anyway. So I would say like if I was to make a brew and there's the one that I give people +5 temporary hit points, it would my idea would be either to make it a +6 because I get a +1 for every brew that I make, or the first batch that I make would be a +10, but all the other ones would be a +5.
I think that because if you spend the time like if you're practicing brewing, so you're using the stuff that you got from the island. You got like 400 pounds of that shit from the island that you made Bee and Bob gather. And if you're like practicing brewing that particular thing, which is the thing that gives the temporary hit points, then I would allow the double up. So it gives 10 now instead of 5.
For all of them?
Yeah, just across the board. From now on, when you make that brew, it's 10 temporary hit points.
Okay, dope.
Nice.
But then you don't get a bonus like other brews. So like you practice making that one brew, you maybe like added a new, some sort
How
of
much of this
component
do I
to
have
it.
stocked up now though from making it for 2 weeks?
I mean, I would say that you had so much of it that over the course of 2 weeks, if you made one batch a day, you probably only went through like, I would say that each time you make a thing of it, it's 1 pound. So, you have enough to make a batch for 400 days, because if you don't use the worm root that you got for anything else, or the fire flowers, I forget what they were when you got them, but you got like 400 pounds.
I think it was
shit,
the worm root.
Yeah. So, you're gonna have, it's almost, eventually you will run out, but you have so much of it that for the time being, we don't really need to worry about it too much.
Yeah, so that 2 weeks I would have stored up what we have in the ship that we're on.
The old, like our new ship.
Correct. That's what we're on now, right? Or are we still on?
I think you're probably still on Magnus's ship because of the fact that the other one isn't furnished as of yet.
And we're still close. We're still like close enough that we're boarded onto our ship, right?
Yeah, I would say you're probably moored to their ship.
So that like, can I like make it enough to where I can carry and then transfer it over to that ship?
Yeah, you'd probably be able to readily access your ship. It's probably just like a short little boat ride. Like it's probably just right next. It's probably not actually like, because of how big Magnus's ship is, there's no way for you to like put like a ladder down and just like hop over. You'd have to go down, get on a boat and cross, but still you'd be able to slowly go back and forth and move your stash.
Okay, so would you say in like about 2 weeks I can make like a barrel or two?
Yeah, it would probably not. You'd be able to do it, to make a barrel of the brew.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Probably based on the raw mechanics, you could do it, I would imagine. Jax.
So I have a different idea now. Quick question, because I'm obviously losing the homunculus servant for the messenger, I had like channel magic with the homunculus servant where I could like cast magic through it. I don't know if I'm getting that with my Iron Defender with the upgrades, but could I get like the channel magic with my like Iron Defender?
By channel match, you mean that your Iron Defender can, at a range of touch, cast a spell from you to it?
Yeah, like if I don't know if this works because
Can it already do that, or is that the homunculus?
That's a homunculus. I don't know if I would be able to get that added with the artifact upgrades because obviously it's going to be like an improved version of the Iron Defender. But if not, I would like to probably do that instead.
I would say that because you're sacrificing the homunculus servant as a mechanic, and then if you can justify spending some of your time during the 2 weeks practicing transferring magic from yourself to the Iron Defender, you'd be able to get that effect, mostly because you're sacrificing having the homunculus servant around.
Yeah, and I think like during this time, I'm going to be spending a lot of it with sevens with the book, and also like basically researching the book with my Iron Defender. I'm guessing too that I can stay with sevens and I can basically write down like all the material inside the book, like in my language, like somewhere else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it would take about a week because he's going to want to hit it pretty hard.
And that, yeah, that'll be my deal with sevens. That like if he helps me translate it, I'll let him read all of it, basically.
Yeah, he would do that. And the important information that I mean, like, there's obviously more in the book than what I told you already, but the important information kind of scrunched down was given to you.
Would I be able to use any of the spells like after this long rest or anything?
Use any spells? Like, what do you mean? Any of the spells that are in the book?
Well, not spell, like any of the information. Like, isn't there like information towards the back of it that you were saying? I don't think I got it yet, but
no, I didn't give it to you because I wasn't sure how long we were going to be staying. The information that's at the back of the book, I'll send you. But that's more of like it would help you. It would help Jax with his knowledge on like soul manipulation stuff. The magic from like a mechanical standpoint is stuff that's like really advanced, like really strong ritual magic that would be more of like a quest line that you'd be doing. It would be like collecting certain things to achieve a very powerful necromantic effect. That being said, I will send any of those that I think are like relevant to you. I think a lot of the magic in there is like it's stuff that you wouldn't want to do.
Yeah, and I'm also not more talking about it for like fighting. I'm more talking about like with the Iron Defender and upgrading it. But yeah, because I don't expect anything for like fighting or like anything like that.
Yeah, there's no like mundane. It's all ritual magic that achieves more powerful necromantic effects, like the bone mommy dragon type shit.
Well, that's what we like. Let's go.
Yeah, if you want to turn yourself into a bone mommy dragon, if you want to become the big bad evil guy of the campaign, the magic is in that book. So you want the what's that called? The magic thing for the homunculus or for the Iron Defender?
Channel magic, I think it's called.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's okay. I'm okay with it because you're sacrificing the homunculus in exchange for the communication device that you can use to talk to the ship. So you guys spend the next 2 weeks in various ways, most of you trying to help the people of this town that was destroyed and the crew of the ship. And your magical efforts definitely hasten rescue attempts and just the process of Magnus's crew in general. And I would say that because of that, even though you do have to leave, I do think that Magnus, given the relationship that you have with your brother, he would go ahead and furnish your ship or allow you to take some things with you when you leave, to have some self-defense on your ship, so he'd offer you like a couple cannons and then enough stuff so that like, each one of you would have like a living quarters on your ship. Now there just literally isn't enough time for you to have a lab manufactured, and they probably don't even have the necessary materials on the boat to do that like in a reasonable way. But as far as like your ship being like just border baseline comfortable, I think that that would be achieved after the 2 weeks. As you are getting towards the end of the 2 weeks, a couple things happen. I will say that Jax, one night maybe when you're it's probably after Sev, so you're probably practicing with your Iron Defender. You get pretty sick and you throw up blood, like a good bit of blood, and you get a few more streaks in your hair.
Gotcha.
And Voros, this is like the last bit of roleplay we do before we set sail. At some point, yeah, he's becoming yeah. He doesn't know it, but he's just getting sexier. Read the chat. That wasn't weird. It's gonna be weird for the recording, but that's not my problem. Voros, as you are at one point, like, are you going back and forth? Because the ship doesn't get furnished till the end. So you're going to have to be going back and forth between the ship. You know, if you're using your ship, you build like a makeshift, rigged up sort of contraption. I'm just going to call it a contraption. You with the help of B and Bob and maybe also Pepper. You probably hate all three of them, but they will offer to help you though. And when you're not doing that, you still have to return to the Dawnbreaker. On one of the occasions in which you're returning to the Dawnbreaker, Kayron will attempt to stop you.
Stop me now.
He's not a very sociable gentleman.
Likewise.
So at one point when you are coming back on the ship, he is usually on deck, and you probably see him more than once. You probably see him several times. At some point, a few days before you're set to leave, he's just going to kind of he's going to like make a beeline to you. And then he'll stop about 5 feet short if you stop. If you ignore him and like keep going, he will like come up. He will like kind of follow and attempt to like touch your shoulders, like kind of grab you. Not necessarily aggressively, but again, he's like not a very personable guy, so it might be a little aggressive.
But a passive 15 perception on like see him coming out of the corner.
Yeah, he's not like hiding or anything like that. He's a big guy. He's like around. He's an Oni. So I don't know how big Voros is. You said he is very big. Kayron's probably about the same size as you, maybe a little bit bigger, because he's about like 7.5.
Oh no, Voros ain't that tall. He's just wide.
I know you said that you were like pretty tall, so I wasn't sure. I guess like
I
pretty
look
tall, maybe
up
like
to Soleil.
Okay. Yeah, he's an Oni, so he's pretty tall. He's stocky. He's probably not as wide as Voros, but he is, he's a big guy. But regardless of that fact, not a personable man, and he's not sneaky, that's for sure. So when he comes to approach you, you definitely would see him.
Voros would probably like stop and drop whatever he has and kind of posture up like round 2.
Kayron would kind of like instinctively take like a defensive position, and then he would kind of close his eyes and like take a breath and try to relax, and he would say, I remember you.
Voros is just going to take that piece of cloth that he ripped off that was a part of his like mural of his victories and shit and just throw it at his feet.
That was a long time ago, and I almost forgot about it, which is probably no solace to you. But I spoke to Magnus, and he told me to apologize. So I'm sorry.
Good little soldier following his little orders. He'll slowly close the distance between them in a now non-threatening manner, but just more of a cocky manner. So your captain told you to apologize. But are you really sorry for taking all those lives? For doing the things that you all did to my people?
He sits there for a minute, doesn't answer you, probably just kind of looking you in the eye before he says, I'm sorry that they died. I did what I thought I had to do at the time. I'm from a different kind of place.
Oh, I don't know everything about where you're from, but I know a little. I know you're running. Or have you forgotten that too?
Yes, we were all running, and we still are.
No, you specifically running from. And he'll get uncomfortably close and just whisper the name he was told. Galinshon?
Glashan.
Glashan? Would you like to
Give
see
me
him?
give me an intimidation check.
Oh god, bread and butter, cool. 26? No, 7. No, 6.
Why do you know that name?
Like I said, I know a little about where you're from. And this is when Vors kind of moves back just enough to where it's like within 5 feet.
He's the one who made me. He made me. He took my mortal soul and shaped it. And then did terrible things. He is the changer, the shaper. And I spent many eons there. And yes, I'm running. And I've no desire to go back, and I would kill everyone again if it kept me away from that place. But I am sorry that they had to die.
I will not waste my breath with apologizing. I'll be happy to send you back to him. Boris goes back to his stuff that he dropped, picks it up, makes his way to the ship.
As you're walking away, Kayron kind of yells, I told Magnus that by the laws of my people, I'm honor bound. I'm supposed to swear fealty to you. You're allowed to deny it.
He just kind of looks up. Fealty, huh? Would that mean you'd be coming with us if I accepted it?
If that's what you wanted me to do.
And how does this Magnus feel about that?
Magnus is a kind man. He would allow me to do what I'm bound to do.
Yeah. Boris is going to drop his shit again, walk over in a more quicker, fast-paced manner, get straight into this Oni's face, and just say, I accept this. You realize what that means, right?
Kayron immediately drops down onto one knee, with his head down.
Get your things and get on the ship. You're the first recruit.
He stands up, gives you a nod. He says, Yes, Lord. And then he will go. He walks away.
Boris stands there for a second. Just, he's not happy, like fully joyful about the moment. He's almost semi-angry about it. And he just lets out a loud roar and grabs his things and just like yells at everyone that's getting on the ship to move their ass.
It's like sailors and shit that don't work for you. And they're like, oh, fuck, okay.
Move! Yeah, pretty much.
They just start doing it. Yeah, they will. You get one domination. Valen, every day around 5:30, Ursal Ice Brian sends you a message. I won't do them all because there's so many days, but they're all to the effect of like, hello, good morning. I hope you're doing very good. I just wanted you to know that I'm thinking about you. I hope you're training very hard. I can't wait to come and fight me. All right, you have a good day. You train hard. I will be waiting. Something like that.
Valen's just gonna ignore it.
I think that's pretty much it for you guys. Yeah, that's probably after the second day. I will say after. So we're kind of going a little back in time real quick. After the first day, the second day comes. Puck will poof back to the 10 more hours of roleplayer buzz. Puck will poof back to the Feywild. And then besides that, after the 2 weeks, you guys have a mildly furnished ship. It's like passable. It's not as nice as it was supposed to be or could be, but everybody has like mundane living quarters. And if you wanted anything like particular for your space, I would say that you would have had time to probably grab something. Magnus would probably allow you to like grab a dresser or something. So like if in your mind your room looks like a certain way within reason, you'd be able to achieve that probably. And then as far as like the whole crew as a whole, he would give you some food stores so that like everything's good. Although I think you're past the level where that's super important because you can just make a jug of water and stuff. But he would give you food stores and water, and he would give you 2 cannons. He'd give you enough cannonballs where like you reasonably don't have to worry about it unless you just like continuously fight pirates for the next month as you travel. And then you'd have like some type of common area. Like he would have provided you with like a table and some chairs and stuff for there to be eating. And the ship does have probably something. He would, there'd be something for like cooking so that Harkin could prepare meals. And that would be everything as you guys set out to the cove. Okay. So, over the next month, you guys sail pretty much southwards from Goldshore, which is sort of like center of the screen right now, down to the little tiny circular island here that is now somewhat centered in the screen. The northeast side of that is where Sev like marked on your map, and he said that it was kind of hard to miss. As you guys do reach this little island that is supposed to have the pirate base that you're looking for, everybody can give me investigation and or perception. One or the other is fine. And I will say that the voyage is mostly, it's mostly peaceful. You're in a pretty safe region. There might be a couple like little stormy nights and stuff, but nothing that is so rigorous.
25 for perception.
22.
17.
Boros. Damn.
Nothing can sneak past you dudes.
15.
I got 12 for investigation.
Wait, we can do investigation?
Yep.
Yeah.
22, and I'm going to do guidance. 26.
Yeah, that'll do it. On 18 plus, which several of you got, you're able to see an alcove in the side of the island that is somewhat partially covered by like vines and other overgrowth, but not so much. Most of you aren't able to identify it, even from a pretty fair distance. As you guys close the gap towards this cove, you can see a figure leave the cove and kind of take to the sky, and it looks like some sort of like winged humanoid. They will come within like range of your boat and kind of descend so that they're like they're able to communicate with you, but they're not so close as to feel like they are in danger. This person or creature looks sort of like a raven, 2 very, very, very large wings, probably like a 20, 30 foot wingspan on this sucker. Pretty large creature, hard to tell from this distance, but a lot of you guys got very high checks, so he's probably about 8 feet tall. The head is like a raven, body of a raven. He does have some like sort of like a tabard on, covering himself on the lower half, but besides that, he has bird-like talons and legs, feathered. And the tabard itself has the symbol of the beast blades, which is sort of like a wolf skull, 2 swords. he will ask to the group, just like kind of announce to the group. Why are you here? And who are you and who represents you?
Hello, Mr. Raven, sir. My name is Valen. We're the Bone Mommy Marauders. Patent
Are we
pending.
canonizing that?
No.
I was like, are we sticking with this?
We are. No, we're sticking with this 100%.
We're not quitters.
We're not quitters. Okay. Yeah, and 7 Smiling Stars sent us to talk to Captain Reeves.
I know. 7. Captain Reeves is no longer. But Captain Volker will be happy to make your acquaintance if you say that you're friends. The 7
Yeah,
Smiling Stars.
Yes, we're very friendly.
His head kind of tilts. Says, tell me something about him.
About 7?
Finley's gonna pull out the necklace that Seven gave her and say, "These were the 7 rocks that his mom saw and named him after."
The Raven
Those 7
gentleman.
stars.
His head kind of tilts. He looks at it with his 2 eyes. They're like kind of on the sides of his head a little bit. He has to kind of turn to get a good angle on it. He says, "This is sufficient. Please come to the cove on your time. Captain Volker will be informed." And then he kind of dives down to the ocean and then opens and then kind of flies across the water towards the cove and disappears back under the foliage. Oh, you turn it off.
I guess we're ready. Let's head in.
Yeah.
Game face is on.
What's a game face?
Oh,
Right.
it's like when you're like, I don't know. It's kind of when you play poker, but then you're like straight face. But then at the same time, you could like be like Voros, where you just look angry all the time. It's like resting cat face.
Oh, okay. I know
saying
resting
get ready
cat
for a
face.
Just get
Yeah,
ready.
basic-
for a fight.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, be ready for a fight. Yeah, what Voros said.
Thank you. I need a Valen translator sometimes.
Yeah.
B was teaching me this earlier, and I'm gonna like make like the worst game face ever after I say that.
You guys steer your boat into the cove under the foliage, and it goes back into the island, and there's a little like inlet in here, and there's a few different piers, and you see there's 2 pretty large ships, probably about the size of yours, maybe one that's a smidge bigger, one that's a smidge smaller. I did not do that correctly. And then there are probably 2 more piers, one of which you're able to dock at, and you can see on the sides of the cove there are structures kind of built into the stone walls. There's like this natural cave in here, and then there are like kind of ramshackle wooden structures kind of built in there, and it looks like there's like to the right as you're pulling up there's a few other humanoids, but they're like various animal formed humanoids, not dissimilar to possibly like Arlo or Soleil. You see on the right there's kind of a pier that rises up over the cove. It's built into like a cliff face that's kind of coming off, and there's like a ramshackle building behind. There are some torches and stuff and lighting up the cove, and you see a person who looks like a large boar type humanoid, and then next to him like a rat kind of jumps up on the ledge of the pier, like the railing that goes around this wooden pier that's coming off of the cliff wall. He kind of jumps up and kind of squats and like watches you guys pull in as the werebear comes over, and he has like a mug that he sets down and watches you guys dock in. You guys pull up to the dock, and that raven is kind of monitoring you like from above. He's just kind of flying around in circles as you pull in and moor yourself. As you are like docking, getting off the ship and stuff, who takes like lead on this particular situation?
I guess for docking?
I mean, not for docking. I mean, like, you're going to get off the boat. You're going to talk to these people. Who's going to take point? This is Valen's thing, but it doesn't necessarily mean that Valen's going to do it.
So, is it with the Marines? Because I feel like it'd be Valen and Jax if it's with the Marines.
Not necessarily with the Marines.
I think it's just us.
Well, like, are you saying that you're going to be like representing the Marines? Like saying that you're...
My bad, I was looking at something else. I thought you were talking about the people that Valen talked to on the phone. If you're just talking about boarding our ship.
No. These are those guys. You're never even going to talk to them again because they're going to like arrive back at Gold Shore and help out kind of separately from you guys. This is the Beast Blades, which is a group of pirates that Valen's doing some shit with.
I guess I'll just take point and I'll look over to Voros and like kind of give him like a head nod to like be on guard just in case.
He'll be right behind Valen, standing
You
there.
see coming down the pier, there are like stone stairs that are built into the sides of the walls, and you can see there are a couple tunnels and like more of these piers, more of these crosswalks. So these wooden walks that are built into the sides of the cliffs that go up, and there are more ramshackle buildings on the left and right side that kind of rise in different directions. And then there are two stone walls, two stone staircases that come off of these piers that go up the sides of the mountain, the stone natural face of this cave, this grotto that you're in, that go up to the right and left. They go up to like a pad, kind of like a natural cliff that then is connected to these walkways. And you can see that there are a few holes that seem to be maybe born into the natural cave up above. Coming down the steps as you guys are setting up and coming off and everything is a large bear man. He is in plate armor. It's like plate mixed with bits of leather. It's sort of like, a collection of maybe different pieces or something. There's like a big plate shoulder pad on one side and like a big gauntlet on the other, and then there's like some leather kind of holding it together and stuff. And it looks like it's sort of because of his massive size, he's very, very big. It's like some of this stuff doesn't fit, so it's like strapped down with like leather wraps and stuff like that. And then his chest is like kind of partially guarded with like a leather pad, and then like a belt that's sort of like holding on this like little pad that doesn't quite fit the big bear body. And on his back is a very large like mace, very large two-handed maul. And accompanying him is like a bat humanoid. And they come down the pier and they kind of wait as you guys are coming off the ship. And the big bear guy, who you can assume is perhaps Volker. I don't know, because he's meeting you. You would maybe assume that, but maybe you wouldn't. That's up to you to make that distinction. But he would wait there, kind of like arms crossed, as you come down.
Hello. My name is Valen. I was sent here by Seven Smiling Stars. He said that you guys have the key to unlocking hidden power. I got a long story to explain, but basically I'm trying to get out of my patronage with my patron. She's a bit of an asshole. She like murdered my parents, all that, yada, yada, yada. So that's why I'm here. And my crew is just here as backup,
So, you were sent by Seven to ask for a favor then from Reeves
Yeah,
because
basically,
you got yourself in a pickle.
yeah, I screwed up pretty bad. I know there's no easy fixes, but I'm willing to do what it takes to get rid of it.
Because you have the new patronage of 7. And I do owe him a favor. Before, one, you didn't tell me your name.
Who? Oh, me or the big fella behind me?
Either.
Oh, my name is Valen. Sorry. Yeah, I thought I had said that, but maybe I said it in my mind, but then I didn't say it with words.
You
I'm
might
sorry
have
about that.
been talking a lot, and I might have forgotten.
Yeah, that happens
And
all
who
the
are
time. The big fella or me?
you? You just told me who you are.
Oh,
Big
that's
one.
the big one. That's Boros. He likes long walks on the beach and catnip.
We have a tiger blood, and I recommend that you leave those jokes on your ship unless you
Oh,
want them to tear out your throat.
no, absolutely not. Yes. Sorry, I get nervous and then I just kind of like dig myself in a hole, and then the hole just gets deeper, and then before you know it, I'm thrown off the ship, and Captain Jet's getting me out. So I'll just shut up.
I'm Volker. I'm the captain of the Beast Blades.
What does one have to do to be a
This is
part of the
Basta,
beast? Oh, okay. Hello.
my companion. Basta. I don't think that you're going to become a part of the Beast Blades. It doesn't sound like staying here in this grotto is what you want. But Reeves is dead. Would you say that you're the traveling sort?
Yes. Yeah. We have a mission to do lots of traveling. Our next stop is probably Minstrel. If you have business there, I could take care of it for you.
I don't much care for the Ring of Fire. I have business to the south. The Diamond Sea. There's a pirate crew. Called the Puppeteers. They killed Reeves.
Okay.
Reeves' blood has gone back into the dream. So, I'm not against you trying to claim it. If you do, I ask that you kill the puppeteers. We'll just consider it a promise.
Okay. We can definitely do that. How would you know that we killed the puppeteers? Will it appear in the drain?
Sorry. We have always. I have mine. I'll be able to know if he's dead.
And do you want us to come back here once the work is done?
I would appreciate it.
All right. All right. We can definitely take care of them. I'll talk to my crew to make sure. I'm sure that there'll be no issue. And we'll be back here shortly.
Do you know what you're doing?
I have not the slightest idea, but it's better than not doing anything and letting Belaya run my life.
Yeah, that's probably true. You and your compatriots are going to go into a dream, as it's stated. We're going to induce a sleep-like state where you're going to cross into a part of the Feywild called Hircine's Dream.
Okay.
While you're in Hircine's Dream, you can die, and if you die, you're dead. It's not that kind of dream. There ain't no waking up if you die in the dream.
Okay.
While you're in the dream, you're going to be looking for the wolf spirit. It's not going to be hard to identify it once you've found it. It's finding it. That's the hard part, and it's staying alive while you do. And then it's making sure you kill it. But Reeves did it, so I'm sure you'll be fine.
Okay. So you want me to go into this dream first or kill the puppeteers first?
You can go into the dream now. I don't see a reason not to. We don't have any many recruits coming in, so I'll lend you this. You give me that, then we'll call it even.
All right.
I'll
Sounds
be
good.
honest, we're a little desperate, so
Well, we're ready for battle. We've been resting the last two weeks or so. So I think we're ready to get our hands dirty. Enough.
I hope so.
RPing. Yep. All right, let's do it. Let's get into the dream.
Boros asked one question. If
Okay.
we die in the dream, does that mean if we find something in this wild, we can bring it back with us? We have a lot of inquisitive people.
I've seen things be brought back, but I can't guarantee it.
And if it's in the Feywild, would a dual hand be there too?
You're going to be deep in the Summerlands, so I'd be surprised.
All right, we'll keep our eye out then.
Just because you're going to be in the Summerlands doesn't mean the place is safe. Just so you know, it's far from it.
All right.
That being said, I am not allowed to prepare you for what's on the other side, besides the fact that you're going to be in a place called Hircine's Dream and that you'll die if you die there. That's all I'm allowed to say.
Is it just Valen and Voros here?
At the moment, I think so.
Voros is going to put some emphasis to Valen. That's the first thing we need to tell them.
That we can die?
I believe I heard Vinley say that you've already lost one companion.
Yeah, that's true.
So we should really emphasize death is on the table.
Absolutely. It's not a normal dream. Okay. All right. I'll talk to my crew real quick, and then we'll do the dream, and then we'll take care of the puppeteers.
I have faith that you'll be able to do it. Something about you, the way you smell.
Oh, thank you. It's a little bit of lavender and cotton, but yeah, thank you. I appreciate you for noticing.
That's not what I smell, but you're welcome.
All right. Thank you, Captain. Sir, we'll be right back. Okay, so I'm gonna go
He
up
just kind of bows
to.
his head. We'll go back up
Yeah.
the stairs. You see him leave into one of the. He goes up the right set of stairs. At the top of the landing, where it meets the natural stone meets the built kind of walkways. About 10 feet in, there is a hole that is torn in that goes into the grotto's natural cave surface, and he goes up and into that passage.
Oh,
with his
rewind.
bat.
Would he know anything about the Windblade at all, or no?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. Never mind. Cool. All right. I'll get Venli and Soleil and the whole crew together. All right, guys. So two things. We're gonna have to enter a dream that's called Hersine's Dream, and we got to find the wolf spear. And then we got to kill the puppeteers that are in the south of Diamond Sea as payment for this power I'm about to get. One thing that's on the agenda, not agenda, but like top bullet point of the slideshow presentation that I'm presenting right now, we could die. So be vigilant. Be good.
Isn't that like just the rest of the time? We can die right now.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it's not like a normal dream, like sometimes you like wake up, you soiled yourself a little bit. It's fine, just get a new pair of trousers, you're good. But like this dream is not like that. Like you can't just,
Does that happen to you a lot, Phelan?
No, not since I was like a young boy. Like
okay, all right.
Yeah, you when you get your sea legs and you throw up and then anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah. So if you guys are cool
I
with
don't
it,
want to insight that.
if you guys are cool with it, let's do the dream first.
Are you going to try to lie about that, or you just?
Valen's got a high deception.
I mean, I only got a +5. Your charisma, yeah. You have yeah, no, I believe every word he said.
I rolled a natural 1, but I still get a 9.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because I rolled a
What did you
nat
get?
2 and I got a +5.
Yeah. So I still beat it.
Son of a bitch.
So quick question. I always die in my dreams because I always die in my dreams. Like what does that mean for me?
You'll die for real. Like you'll go to the hellscape, whatever.
But this isn't like a normal dream, right? This is
no. We're basically going to a summer court of the Feywild. So, like, it's going to be dangerous. It's not going to be. And I asked about the dual hands. He said it's very rare, but if we find one, we'll kill it too. But yeah, I know I'm asking you guys to do a lot right now. It'd mean a lot to me if we could get this done. I could finally break free of Belia, and we won't have that lingering in the background anymore of me like randomly murdering somebody just to take their power. That's not me.
Wait, you said a dual hand could be there, right?
He said it's very rare. Like but he.
So quick question. So we're going to the Feywild. Is time gonna be weird here, or how's that work?
I mean, Soleil is the only one that can really speak about how it is.
It is. I mean, it is like beautiful and terrifying. I don't know about time because I did a very bad job, I think, of managing time. But you all did tell me, as long as we have like a thing we can keep track of, like mark something on our hands or something we can pay attention to, I think we'll keep track of the time. Okay.
Okay.
You know,
Well, so
the main reason I was saying that if a dual hand showing up here is rare, could we come back here at some point and maybe if time is weird here, it could be like later on, so like we could find a dual hand or something. I don't know like where we could find him or something, but
I mean, I could ask Captain Volker again if that's like like a portal. He didn't seem to suggest that, but I mean,
Like a gate, or
maybe it is a gate. But let's just get through it first. Let's see what happens, and then if we come out on the other side, we could RP for another session or two. I mean, we could ask him more questions.
yeah, let's do it.
All right.
You gather the crew. Everybody's like, okay, we're cool with dying. That's fine. We'll be all right. And you head into the grotto. And the the rat man that you saw previously, who isn't little. I mean, he's probably about 5'5", but he's not big. He's kind of waiting at the bottom of the stairs. You say, Captain, he's waiting for you right up here. Yeah, follow me.
Okay.
And
by the way,
forced up the stairs.
Valen changed his season to spring over the long rest.
Jax is in the back.
Oh, thank you. I heard that beep and was like, what? Got it. You change your season to spring. This little rat man runs up the stairs on all fours, he kind of waits at the top as you guys get up, and he goes down this tunnel. He kind of goes off to separate little sections, rights and lefts and stuff, and you can see like torchlight kind of emanating from deeper within some sections. But he maintains just a straight trajectory all the way back, probably about 100 feet or so. And at the end of this hallway, there is a chamber that goes down. There's like some like steps that have been kind of carved into the stone in here. And at the bottom, there is like a little seating area. There are like some mats and pillows and rugs and stuff set up where you can kind of sit down. And there is in here, the rat kind of comes to the door. He will like let you in and then leave. Captain Volker and the bat person are sitting on one of these steps opposite of your entryway, like on the other side of the room. And in the middle of the room at the bottom, where there's these pillows and mats and stuff set down, in the middle there is like a little kind of like brass or maybe like a kind of worn gold device. It's this little pot looking thing, like a lid on it. And you can see where there's like a little bit of like a tiny bit of gas kind of escaping from it. And sitting down there is a large shark humanoid, legs crossed. He looks up and says, "Come, sit. We will begin."
Take a seat.
As you descend down the things to sit down in front of this little shark man guy, he puts like a webbed hand up. He says, "Captain Volker tells me that all of you have already been prompted on what happens next. I can't answer many questions, but I can maybe, if you have any. Otherwise, you're just going to close your eyes and you're going to breathe. And then before you know it, you'll feel a little bit of a cool breeze. And when you open them, you'll be on the other side."
All right. Everybody good? All right. And I put my hand out to like do like a like the sports thing, and I'm like, "Bone Mommy's on 3.
Go, Bone Mommy. I knew it.
1, 2, 3. Bone mommies. All right, let's get it.
Come on, guys.
Put your hand
Bone
in,
mommies.
guys.
Sorry, bone mommies. I'm late.
Mommies!
Troy, Connor, Braden, I'm thoroughly disappointed in all of you. As you guys
My
put down-
character wasn't there.
Bone mommies, let's
Wasn't
go.
there.
So, would Voros even join if
Where's
he
Voros?
was?
Fuck no. Because he
I
wasn't there
think
for that
so.
fight. He's like, why the hell are y'all calling yourself bone mommies?
Yeah, Boris was like, no.
That's
But
true.
if he
That's true.
was
Voros
there,
is
would
not-
he still join?
I guess
No.
a little bit. It's kind of like
That seems out of
fucking,
character,
like,
to be perfectly
charge,
honest with you.
but he definitely wouldn't be like do it. He'd do it like really low.
Bone mummies. Like, real quick. Just a little one. You guys sit down. You try to relax. You close your eyes. You feel a little bit of warmness kind of surrounds your body, this like soft, warm feeling as the room gets enveloped in this pink mist. You breathe in, and it kind of smells like fall. You can smell the falling leaves, the cool air that is starting to turn to winter, but not quite there yet. And as you let it kind of seep in, you start to feel like you can actually hear the rustle of leaves, and then you can kind of feel that slightly cool breeze on your skin as you open your eyes, and you find yourself in a clearing. There are massive tree trunks. I mean, just absolutely gargantuan. Too big for me even to accurately describe. Probably the size of like a tennis court or something, all the way around. That have been felled all throughout this clearing, with space between. One of the tree trunks has been felled about halfway, maybe actually less than that because these trees are gigantic. It's been felled so that it is like a little house. It's been felled, and then there is like a door in it and stuff that's directly ahead of you guys. Give me a perception check really quickly as I continue. Just do the roll. I'll continue to set this scene. This clearing is probably a few acres on either side, with these tree trunks that have been felled dotting it. And then there are massive, very tall, they shoot up into the sky, fall trees. Look like they're maybe like maples or oaks, with their leaves falling. You can hear the rustling of the leaves that are scattered across this clearing. The big trees encircle the whole space, and it looks like outside of this clearing, it's very dense. But give me that perception check.
15.
Does everybody do one?
Yeah, everybody who took a little nappy poo.
I got 17.
Wow.
I think this
15.
is my first nat 1 on perception.
Oh, no.
I got a 10.
18.
You're too nervous. You're like, this is a Feywild. I'm out.
Yeah.
15.
So none of you really rolled quite high enough, besides Venley, I think. Did anybody get higher than Venley? I didn't hear anything higher than Venley, I didn't think.
I got an 18.
I got 18 as well.
Okay. So you and Venley. You got a 19?
No, I got an
So
18 as well.
Boros, Venley, Arlo. Oh, okay. Whatever. It doesn't change anything. The 17 was the break point for something. It looks like the forest is so dense here in this clearing that there is like, it looks like the tree trunks outside of where this clearing is are like, just like right next to each other. Like there would be almost like you're boxed in here. Behind you, you can see that there's a space between two of the tree trunks, but there is this like massive sort of vine growth. These like sort of brownish vines that have grown up and entangled amongst themselves that are peppered with leaves that are in like a state of decay. They're like, brown and orange and red and gold. Behind you guys, as you're surveying your space, everybody notices. Only some of you notice the kind of gate structure behind you. You notice the home. You notice the length of this clearing. You notice the dense forest that surrounds you, this dense fall forest that surrounds you. And then all of you notice, of course, because it's hard not to, that there's a very large man. He's probably about 12 feet tall. And he is in the process of sharpening a big woodcutter's axe. He's wearing like effectively like just like lumberjack clothes. Like he has like this like woolen shirt on and then like very high pulled up pants, boots, and then like a red kind of scarf pulled around himself. Big beard. Elven ears, long brown hair. And he is sat on one of the tree trunks that has been felled, sharpening this axe with a stone. And then at his feet, to the left of him, is a very large grizzly bear-esque creature. It has like kind of pointed ears versus the stereotypical like little round bear ears. It does have like a little, like its tail is a little bit longer, almost like raccoon-like. But besides that, it looks like a pretty stereotypical grizzly bear, but it's definitely probably twice as large to match this man. It's about, if they were to stand side by side, the bear might be a smidge taller than him. He doesn't acknowledge you. He sits there and he sharpens the axe. And occasionally he'll look up and look at you as you're taking in your surroundings. But he won't go to you or say anything.
Should we go talk to him? Maybe that's Captain Reeves?
Yeah, go for it. You got this.
Okay.
We gotta start somewhere.
Yeah.
All right. Excuse me, sir. Mr. Bounty. Lumberjack man. Boots with the fur, apple bottom jeans, sir. Are you Captain Reeves?
He'll get up. He turns and he thumps the axe in the tree stump. He pats the bear on the back of the head, which makes it kind of get up, rustles itself. And then the two of them start walking over towards you. And he says, I am not this Reeves that you say. I know of Reeves. He has been here before. I am the tender. This is my dream.
Oh, hi, Tender.
I am Hersey, the god of hunts.
Oh, you're Hersey. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. It's good to meet you. I've heard a lot of good things. Yeah, Captain Volker
You do not know
sent us
me.
here.
You do not know me.
No.
Do not lie here.
Okay, sorry.
If you lie to me again during a meeting, I will cut off one of your limbs. If you lie to me a second time, I will allow Misha to eat you.
Can I whisper to Valen? Valen, dear God, don't lie to him. Please, they know. They don't do it.
Oh,
Be
okay.
very careful. Be very careful.
Maybe I should turn into a tiger. Maybe I don't. No,
Don't do that. I almost died. Don't do that. Just be very careful what you say. They're very sensitive.
Tell him why you're here.
Oh, okay. Hersey, I'm Here to awaken inner power and get rid of my patron, Balaya. She's she murdered my parents.
I know of this Belaya. That's a shame. Sorry about your parents. So you want to come to partake in the hunt to avenge your parents.
Yeah,
That's why you're here.
yes.
That is true.
Yeah, yes.
I'm going to ask one more time. Why are you here?
To gain power, to not rely on other gods for power, to awaken whatever's in me.
This is true, but it's not full. It's not the whole truth. I want you to be so honest with me. I want you to tell me why you're here. I want you to tell me exactly why you are here, down to your bones. If you don't tell me, I'm going to cut off one of your legs.
I'm tired of being weak. I'm tired of being told to jump and I ask how high. I'm tired of being a plaything.
Do you not like me? You don't like gods. You don't like the creatures that dictate your life.
If I'm being honest, sir, no, I do not like the people that dictate our lives.
When you get this, you go, you kill the wolf spirit that resides in my dream. What are you going to do?
I'm going to kill Belial and kill Earth, Icebrine, support my crew, and if push comes to shove, get rid of all the gods.
You think you can do this?
Not by myself. Not with the way that I currently am.
You think you can? I'm a Fey god. I'm a god. You think that I don't deserve to exist?
I don't think the people that meddle, not the people, the gods that meddle in people's lives deserve to live. The ones that control, that connive behind the scenes, that make us puppets. Those are the gods I don't believe should exist anymore. They use their power for selfish gain and for things that don't matter. And there's a whole world out here. That power could be used for something else instead of making our lives miserable.
You're going to come. You're going to sit.
And
Okay.
you turn, and there's like suddenly a bonfire at the center of the space you were standing in before. And there's a big bestial animal on it that looks like it's maybe like a large cat of some kind, but it's not of this world, clearly. Or of your world, rather. And it's like already kind of cooked. And he walks over and he grabs two of the sticks on it, pulls it off, rips off a leg, hands it to his bear, Misha. Rips off a front paw, and then he kind of grabs the rib area, chunks it. You hear crack, pulls it off, and he hands you a piece. And he says, "You're going to sit with me. You're going to eat. I'm going to ask you
2 more questions. You tell me the truth, you can go into the dream. Before you leave, you have to ask me one question.
Okay.
He holds out the piece of meat.
Grab it. I look over to Misha and see what she's doing, and I try to replicate, do the same thing.
Misha's like full blown gnawing on this
Valen's like,
cat leg. As he sits down, the time suddenly shifts. The sky like very rapidly moves, and it is now nighttime. The sky is like purple and blue, and there are like streaks of light kind of crossing it. No moons. And he says,
Do you think that you deserve to meddle in the balance of the worlds that exist right now? Do you think you deserve to shut down gods that you disagree with? Or maybe the ones that you do?
no, I don't think I'm worthy at all. I've just seen firsthand the damage that it does. I lost my family when I was young. I was forced to find a way, become a sailor. My parents were beautiful singers, and I kind of tapped into that power a little bit. But no, if I'm being honest, no, I'm not worthy of this. I think the only thing that keeps me going is my friends and my desire to do better for the world, to leave it better than I found it.
I have one more question for you. And then you have to ask me a question. And then you can go into the dream. My question for you. Can I ask? And he points at Bentley. Can I ask her your last question?
Yeah, absolutely. I trust Vanley with my life.
Little one, Bentley, he says your name. You smell of brine. And I see that you cannot hide your marks. What did the woman of the deep say to you? Why are you working for her?
She saved my life. I was dying, and she saved me.
What did she say to you? Why are you?
Like, are you asking what she wants or what I want from it?
I don't care much about what you want. What did she said to you? What are you doing? What does she tell you you're doing?
She wants to kill the Hag Mother.
Mr. Valen, you have to ask me a question.
Will you be able to control me or tell me what to do if I take your power?
This isn't. You're not taking my power. You're
Well,
going to go, and you're going to either kill the spirit of the wolf that resides in my dream, or he will kill you. And then, after you have felled the beast, you will consume his flesh and take his power for yourself.
Hmm.
If you die, he returns to me. I have nothing to do with it.
I guess what I'll ask then is there anything that you would want me to do out in the world if I were to claim this power?
He gets up, stretches a little bit. The sky like blows past, and it's the morning. And he says, I told you had one question. But if I could tell you what I want you to do, I want you to go ahead and live. Do whatever you want. I don't care. And then he pets Misha. He says, come on. And she gets up. And then he starts walking off. And then he takes the form of a much larger bear. And he heads towards the dense tree line. And as he walks towards it, him and Misha both disappear. They turn into like wind and leaves that just disappear off. And then the gate to your back, whether it's south or not, you probably don't really know, but behind you descends into the ground.
Are we ready? I think that's the way.
Is the axe still in the stump?
The axe is in the stump.
Let's go, Valen. We got this.
Just for shits and giggles, Boris is going to go try and pick up the axe.
Give me
Whoever's so worthy.
an athletics check.
It's 25.
What was it?
25.
I heard 20. I didn't hear if there was like a number. Oh, no. 25 was what you needed.
Oh,
Oh
everybody's
man,
kinda
Mr.
walking towards
Go,
the
he
gate
could have
forward.
blown that out of the water.
As everybody's walking towards the rescinded vines, Voris, you kind of stop and you see the axe still stuck in the tree stump. And just kind of like curiosity takes, you grab it and you try to kind of wiggle it, but it's really lodged in there. And you step up, you put a second hand on it. It's bigger than it is like a woodcutting axe, but it's more like a two-handed. For you, it's kind of massive, honestly. It's like almost like anime size, really.
Of course.
You grab it, you put your foot on the stump, and you brace yourself and pull, and then it comes out. And you have it.
so observant. I totally forgot about that axe.
Just looks at the group. Are they all entering or are they like staring at him?
They probably notice, I would think.
Do you want me to identify it? I just gotta stick my head in a bucket for a while.
He said he was the whatever the big god of hunting is, and he left this behind, so I'm assuming we may need it. I could be completely wrong because I don't know anything about this realm. I'll just hold it out for Vinley because it's like it dwarfs her. It's anime size.
I'll just touch it and cast Identify.
Pain's like fuck.
So the axe itself. The axe itself is like all like one big chunk of this like white wood, and the blade itself, like the actual axe head, is this like it has like it looks kind of like a Viking axe, like it's very long at the bottom, then it comes back up, and that's also made of this like white wood. It is a +3 axe. It's just called Hersene's axe.
There you go.
You do have to attune to it.
They'll take her
Can
head out
I-
of the bucket.
Can I attune while like walking, or do I have to like sit down and focus on it?
You can attune to it. I would allow you to attune to it while you're walking.
Okay. He'll just carry it across his shoulder blades, like, new lawn, bucket the water. Fucking God,
After you are attuned to it, this axe has a couple different effects. So the first effect is while you have the axe, or the axe itself, rather, really, this is kind of separate from the attunement. Within a mile of you, plant life will grow and animals will congregate to the space of the axe. You have advantage while wielding the axe. This is more fire as a character wielding the axe. You have expertise and advantage on animal handling checks. Whenever this is where it gets a little bit interesting.
Oh shit.
Whenever you succeed an animal handling check on a fey beast, you gain it as a creature with this axe, and you can summon that creature. You can summon one creature with the axe per long rest.
Okay, so I have to pass the animal handling check, and then it becomes my companion that I can summon.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Yep.
I'm so happy you said it was still sitting there. That's awesome.
I didn't leave it there by mistake. The last effect of the axe is that you're able to take the form of Misha.
I can. Oh, hold on. So I can take a form of a giant ass bear.
Yeah.
Guardians, here I come.
Jesus.
All right. So happy I took that out.
The axe has 10 charges. You have to write more. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. 10 charges.
Turning into Misha. Turning into Misha costs 1d10 charges.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
You can only use it once per long rest. Now, turning it now, this is important. Turning it, I don't have the stat block. I mean, I don't have it on this computer. I'll have to send that to you. I should have. Turning into Misha works like Wild Shape. so it's 2 separate health bars. So you don't
Okay.
share a health bar. You take the form of Misha. She has a separate health bar. Additionally, you can cast Plant Growth. Plant Growth is 3 charges. You can cast Fairy Fire. That's just 1 charge. And I'm making sure that I have the right spell level for this other one.
9th level weird.
And you can cast Summon Fae. That's also costs 3 charges.
All right. That's a laundry list for one fucking item, y'all.
And that's everything that the axe can do. The axe gains 1d10 charges. The axe gains 1d10 charges at dawn.
Do I feel like it's fully charged now, or is it like not?
Sorry?
I was wondering if I felt like the axe is fully charged, or if some charges have been used already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's charged. So there's a
Okay.
storm, and I think it's affecting my Wi-Fi. There was just like a big thunder thing, so I'm lagging a little bit. Yes, the axe currently is charged.
Copy that.
And I will send you Misha like ASAP.
Boris is just going to be that anime sword collecting guy.
Misha's badass. You have a giant wooden axe on your back and then a fucking demon sword.
Yeah.
As you guys pass through the gate after you get this axe. Go ahead. Connor keeps getting booted. Put him back. There he goes. What were you going to say for us?
We're hunting a wolf spirit, so would that we'll find out, I guess. I was wondering if the axe would attract it to us.
Maybe.
Sorry, guys.
As you guys go through the gate, the fall-like environment suddenly like evaporates around you. The leaves sort of like fall from the trees in this like great wave. And as they descend and they kind of blind you for just a split second, as you are able to then observe your surroundings, you find yourself in this neon purple, pink, bright green forest with dense trees and like wild vegetation. There's like no clear path ahead of you, and you can hear like movement in the dense glowing vegetation. You can hear no wind. It's like dead silent, and then that silence is occasionally broken by like strange whispers, little giggles, a distant howl. As you guys enter, I want you to make survival checks.
$18.
22.
8.
19.
20.
Did I miss it? Did anybody not say theirs? I feel like I missed one, but somebody.
I think I said 17. I don't know if it was on it.
You might have been muted, so I don't think I heard you. As you guys come into this new space, you start to like assess your surroundings and try to gain some sort of footing. Whoa, my map is going wild. Chill out, my dude. All right, I need to get that PC quick with a swiftness because this ain't working. Chill, chill, chill. I wonder if the map is busted or if I'm busted.
Tail Splatter does take a lot to run. Especially how big this map is,
What
probably.
are you doing? Well, it's just wig. It's just dancing. Why are you dancing, map? Chill. Yeah, why are you doing that? I'm not telling. Stop it. As you guys try to find your surroundings, a few of the trees and shrubbery kind of just literally shift. These large, sort of dark purple, almost black trunked trees part. You can see where like the roots are like actually climbing up out of the dirt, and they pull themselves aside, revealing a path through this like strange, otherworldly forest. And a few of you, the people who got above an 18, can see large paw prints in this sort of like pink hued dirt path that is revealed. As you notice them and begin to follow or go towards them, at least, you hear some howls. You hear several howls, and then more howls, and then more howls. And way in the distance, if you got higher than, I know there was a couple people, I think it sounded like there was a couple 20 pluses. If you got more than a 20, you can hear way in the distance a gigantic, deep, billowing, bassy howl that silences all the others, that crescendos for about 30 seconds and then peters out. And then after that gigantic howl stops, you see some eyes pierce through the boughs of the trees and the dense foliage. Massive wolves start to congregate around you. And because of the time, I'm going to say that we should wait because the combat is going to take longer than 30 minutes. And I need to buy a new computer.
And Arlo just
which
left.
I'm going to do tomorrow. And Arlo just died.
Shit.
Poor Arlo.
So I think that we should end now because we're not going to end this combat in 26 minutes.
No, not fighting Fenrir, fucking God wolf.
You're not fighting him yet. We have some combats we got to get through.
Yet.
But
Yet.
I think we should.
So
We should.
this axe. Did I just make this fucking harder because all the animals are like, "Yo, what's that?"
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yet.
All
It was
right,
just sitting there. I wanted to grab it.
It's a dope axe.
You had to take it. You
Yeah.
had to take it.
Listen, the way he described it,
No
he's like,
option.
thinks it in the stump, and I'm like, okay. He walked away. I don't think I never said anything about grabbing it. So I think we might need this for the hunt. Originally, I was going to give it to Valen, but then you're like, it's anime size. I was like, oh, he can't pick that shit up.
No. Yeah, once you said it was like huge, I was like, yeah, that's not for me.
100
I literally was gonna grab it and be like, "You might need
100%.
this."
100%. I was like, nobody. Like they're not going to notice. There's
Do
gonna
not
be-
put a weapon in front of me.
Now that's always gonna be in the back of my mind. I will always like, did they leave that weapon there? I'm gonna grab it. I should have put I should have put up that point up and sleight of hand, but it's all right.
Plus, a god like just leaves his weapon there. Like, how often are you gonna pick one up?
Yeah, I'm glad he was so chill about me just like murdering all the gods. So that's cool.
See, here's the thing. I don't know if everyone in the party's chill with it though.
Yeah, very true. Yep.
This is gonna be interesting. I look
Yes.
forward to all the next set.
I liked him. I thought he was nice. He seemed like a nice guy to me.
Yeah, he was a little threatening, but yeah.
He's like, lie to me
He's up-
again. Like,
He's upfront about it.
I mean, yeah, that was the most honest we've ever had out of a D&D like first meetings.
Yeah. It was a breath of fresh air from Gibraltar and all the others before. Oh yeah. Finally, it's happening. Yes.
God,
I think
have to go
I think
out on that story, fellas, lasses,
think
and
Troy-
ladies, and lads.
All right.
We just
All right. I think Troy already knows because I've been quizzing him on
No.
stuff.
what does he
But,
know?
All right, cool. What I was thinking about doing with Valen, because I was like, oh yeah, I want to
Oh.
play this class. Have you ever played it before? And he was like, oh yeah, I love that class. And then So
It's a
anyway,
fun class, but high risk, high reward.
yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
I look forward to it.
Yeah. I think that's why like Valen's just been like doing shit to Voros to kind of like the dog and cat shit, So we'll get to it.
Oh,
Built it.
Yeah.
oh, I see.
I've been doing it subconsciously.
You're planting the
so...
seed,
Exactly.
the interspecies drama.
Yep.
I see.
All right.
No, I like it. I have to
All
buy
right,
a
guys.
computer like tomorrow because the shit that
Yeah.
we're going to be trying to do on Saturday is going to
You're
be
better off-
like.
You're better off getting a desktop if you can.
I am. I'm going to buy a desktop. I'm just going to go get a desktop.
And it's going to be cheaper than a laptop anyway.
You can get it with monthly payments, and I figure it's just going to mean I can use my. I already told you this. I can use my RPG club. I mean, even my Patreon might cover it. My Patreon's actually kind of. I mean, taken off is a strong word, but I'm making more money on Patreon than I thought I was going to. So
Gaining traction.
Right?
yeah, no, I got my first. I have like 3 tiers, and my last tier is $26. And I was like, nobody's ever going to give me $26 a month to like do shit. And I got my first $26 person today. It was fucking cool.
Yeah.
I mean, at that Dragoon class, that shit looks crazy.
I think that like they're. I think it. I hope it because like I think I might need to tone it down a little bit because like Grit is just a better second wind / action surge, and I think that might not be cool. I don't know. Like I don't want them to just be like, oh, now you're a fighter, rogue, ranger mix, but just better. I think, but I think that like they have to lose some. Like he loses extra attack, and now you have like this like big burst damage, and that might justify having a slightly better second wind. But I don't know. I'm not sure. I got to work on it because I don't want the class. I don't want the specializations to just be strictly like, oh, this is a superior option. I would like for like it to be like, if you like the flavor.
Yeah, there's some drawbacks.
Yeah, if you like the flavor of being able to like jump super high and shit, then yeah, okay.
Connor's like, hey, what's up? Fuck you.
Yeah, so I'll continue to send you the other shit that they get to see. We'll try to. I want them to be balanced. I don't want them to be like just like a strictly superior option. I'd like there to be like some sort of like give and take a little bit. Like they're really good. It's supposed to be a specialization. You know what I mean? So it's like not supposed to necessarily mean that they are.
They're really good against dragons.
Yeah, yeah.
So
anyway,
cool. All right.
See y'all next week.
Right.
later, lads and lasses.
Later.